At the beginning, we see the army finally realizing the horrifying truth: parasites are everywhere in the city, hiding among humans and hunting them. To protect mankind, the army decides to eliminate all parasites. For this mission, they bring in Uragami, a dangerous serial killer from prison. The reason is simple: Uragami has a terrifying ability. He can sense parasites hiding inside human bodies. One by one, officers bring people in front of him. Uragami casually declares everyone normal, but when Shinichi steps forward, Uragami pauses. For a moment, he looks confused, suspicious. Still, he finally labels Shinichi as normal and lets him go. Later, while Shinichi is walking back home, Migi suddenly senses a parasite nearby. Shinichi follows that presence into a building, where he finds a parasite feeding on a human. The parasite attacks Shinichi, but this time, Shinichi and Migi fight together and kill it. Shinichi has learned how to kill parasites now. Suddenly, Shinichi hears something fall behind him. He feels like someone is watching him, but when he steps outside, no one is there. What Shinichi doesn't know is that a spy is hiding nearby, the same detective who secretly photographed Shinichi and Migi in part 1. Back at home, Shinichi and Migi calmly cook and eat together. The scene then shifts to the city mayor. Inside his building, we see multiple parasites living freely. It becomes clear that the mayor himself is behind the organized killings in the city. We also learn that the teacher parasite is working with him. She has now given birth to a baby, and surprisingly, the child is a completely normal human. The mayor discovers that Shinichi has been killing parasites and wants him eliminated, but the teacher stops him. She explains that Shinichi and Migi are a unique case, a human and a parasite living together. She wants to observe them to understand whether humans and parasites can truly coexist. That's why she sent the spy to secretly watch Shinichi. One day, Shinichi again feels like someone is following him. This time, he catches the spy. The spy tells Shinichi that he'll explain everything and takes him home. There, he shows Shinichi all the photos he secretly took. He advises Shinichi to turn himself into the police, believing they could help him. Shinichi refuses. He says he can't trust the police because a police officer was responsible for his mother's death. Shinichi then asks how the spy knew about him. The spy admits that the teacher sent him. Shinichi reveals the shocking truth: the teacher herself is a parasite. At first, the spy doesn't believe him. To prove it, Shinichi confronts the teacher directly. He asks her why parasites don't stop killing humans. She coldly replies that Shinichi is no different. He also kills parasites. According to her, parasites are just learning to survive, and one day they might even stop killing humans altogether. Shinichi stays silent because he's secretly recording everything. Later, Shinichi plays the recording for the spy. The truth completely shatters him. He had started trusting the teacher, even liking her. Shinichi warns him that the teacher is extremely dangerous and tells him to stop working with her, or she will eventually kill him. The next day, the spy meets the mayor to test whether Shinichi was telling the truth. He secretly plants a voice recorder in the mayor's room, but the mayor discovers it. Seeing the spy as a threat, the mayor orders his assistant to have him killed. Meanwhile, we see Shinichi walking home, still grieving his mother's death. Suddenly, Satomi comes to meet him, worried about his mental state. As she's talking to him, Migi suddenly senses a parasite approaching. The moment Shinichi hears this, he immediately steps away from Satomi, trying to protect her, because the danger is getting closer. The story then shifts to the spy, who lives in an apartment building with his young daughter. One day, he steps outside to buy groceries. At the same time, Shinichi asks Migi how far the approaching parasites are and why they're coming toward them. Migi gives him terrifying news. The parasites aren't just nearby, they're coming specifically to kill him, and not one, but 5 of them. Shinichi panics and starts running, but Migi immediately stops him. Migi explains that parasites can sense each other's presence and can track distance precisely. Running would only make things worse, so Shinichi hides behind thick bushes. That's when the mayor's strongest parasite appears: Goto. Migi warns Shinichi that Goto is extremely dangerous. His arms, legs, and neck are controlled by 5 different parasites, making him nearly impossible to kill. Realizing the danger, Shinichi tries to escape. Meanwhile, we see 2 parasites sent by the mayor arriving at the spy's apartment to kill him. When the spy returns home with groceries, he's completely shattered. The parasites have already murdered his daughter. Back with Shinichi, he continues running from Goto. Gathering his courage, he attacks with Migi's help and manages to slice off Goto's head, but Migi immediately tells him the truth. 4 parasites are still alive inside Goto. Shinichi realizes the only way to kill him is to destroy his heart. Before he can act, people approach the area. Afraid of being caught, Shinichi is forced to flee. Behind him, something horrifying happens. Goto's severed head reattaches to his body. Elsewhere, the teacher confronts the mayor. She reminds him that she helped him become mayor, so why did he send parasites to kill the spy and Shinichi? Even after she warned him not to, the mayor coldly responds that they had become threats. The teacher angrily asks why he had an innocent child killed. That child did nothing wrong. At that moment, the mayor realizes something dangerous. After becoming a mother, the teacher has started regaining human emotions. This makes her a liability. So the mayor secretly sends 3 parasites to kill her. But the teacher senses them coming. She lures all 3 into the parking area and single-handedly kills them. When she returns home, she finds her baby missing. Instead, she finds a note. "Your child is with me. Meet me on the bridge." She instantly understands the spy has taken her child to avenge his daughter's death. Meanwhile, the army launches a full-scale operation. They now know the mayor is behind everything and that he has been hiding parasites inside his building. The army arrives fully prepared. They've developed a special device that can detect parasites inside human bodies. One by one, every person in the building is scanned. Anyone identified as a parasite is dragged outside and executed on the spot. At the same time, the spy arrives at the bridge with the baby. Soon after, the teacher and Shinichi also arrive. Shinichi pleads with the spy. He tells him killing the baby won't bring justice because the child is completely human and completely innocent. Elsewhere, inside the mayor's building, the army advances deeper. With them is Uragami, the serial killer. The moment he senses a parasite, he points them out, and every time he identifies one, the army kills it immediately. The war between humans and parasites has officially begun, and things are about to get much worse. On the other side, we see the teacher trying to calm the spy down, but suddenly the police arrive at the scene. The spy is about to throw the baby off the bridge. Left with no other choice, the teacher is forced to reveal her true form. To save her child, she partially transforms. Her head opens, and she violently attacks the spy, piercing his chest. At that moment, everyone realizes the truth. The teacher is a parasite. She quickly grabs her baby. Meanwhile, the army finally reaches the mayor. The mayor begins defending the parasites, claiming that humans are the real monsters, killing parasites without reason. The moment he says this, the army opens fire and kills him on the spot. The serial killer laughs and says, "So he really was human." But suddenly, Goto appears. The serial killer freezes in terror and screams that this one is not human. The army immediately starts firing at Goto, but he's far too powerful. The bullets do nothing. Goto slaughters the entire army. Back at the bridge, the police start shooting at the teacher after seeing her parasite form. She realizes she won't survive. With her last strength, she runs towards Shinichi and hands him her baby. The moment Shinichi takes the child, the teacher is struck by countless bullets and dies instantly. Seeing this, Shinichi is reminded of his own mother. His suppressed human emotions finally return. He breaks down and starts crying. Just then, Satomi arrives and hugs him tightly. The police try to take Shinichi in for questioning, but suddenly they receive shocking news. Goto has wiped out the entire army. Everyone rushes to the scene, and Shinichi is taken along, but Goto attacks again. An officer orders Shinichi to run. Migi takes control, gets Shinichi into a car, and drives away. Because Migi had learned how to drive by reading books, Goto chases them on a motorcycle and crashes Shinichi's car. Shinichi escapes into the forest, but Migi tells him running is pointless. Goto will find them no matter what. They decide to split up and attack separately. Migi fights Goto head-on, while Shinichi strikes from the side, but Goto overpowers them. He grabs Shinichi and throws him away, causing their plan to fail. Migi then makes a heartbreaking decision. He tells Shinichi to run. He says at least one of them must survive. By now, Migi and Shinichi have formed a deep bond. So Migi chooses to sacrifice himself for Shinichi. Goto kills Migi. Shinichi is completely shattered. Later, Shinichi goes to Satomi's house. She takes care of him while he rests. But suddenly, Shinichi notices something unbelievable. A part of Migi begins growing again beside him. This happens because when Migi healed Shinichi earlier, his cells had permanently mixed with Shinichi's body. Migi could regrow, but Shinichi realizes something terrifying. If Migi fully returns, Goto will sense his location again. To protect Satomi, Shinichi quietly says goodbye and leaves. As soon as he steps outside, Goto finds him. Shinichi runs and ends up inside a waste-burning factory. Goto attacks repeatedly, but Shinichi keeps dodging. Shinichi stabs Goto with a metal rod coated in chemicals. Goto laughs and says nothing can kill him. He claims he'll kill Shinichi, then wipe out all humans and rule the world with the parasites. Just as Goto is about to strike, Migi suddenly regrows completely and attacks him from inside. Something goes horribly wrong inside Goto's body. Migi explains that the rod Shinichi used was covered in toxic chemicals. The parasites inside Goto's body can't survive in that environment anymore. One by one, all the parasites abandon Goto's body. What's left is just an empty shell. Shinichi lifts Goto's lifeless body and throws it into the fire. Finally, Goto is dead, and with that, the war between humans and parasites reaches its brutal conclusion. A few days later, the city finally begins to return to normal. Life slowly goes back to the way it was. Migi then speaks to Shinichi one last time. He tells him that all the parasites are gone now. There's no longer any reason for them to stay together. Migi explains that he will enter a deep, permanent sleep, and once he does, Shinichi's right hand will return to normal. Shinichi desperately begs him not to do it. He doesn't want to lose his friend, but Migi doesn't listen. He shuts himself down and disappears. Shinichi's hand becomes completely normal again. Shinichi is heartbroken. Migi wasn't just a parasite anymore. He was his closest companion. Time passes. Shinichi and Satomi slowly begin living a peaceful life together. They even visit the teacher's baby from time to time, who is growing up as a normal human child. Everything seems calm, until one day, the serial killer reappears. He kidnaps Satomi and whispers into her ear, saying that humans are the real monsters. But Satomi looks him straight in the eyes and says, "No, the real monster is you, the one who kills people." Enraged, the serial killer throws her off the building. Shinichi rushes forward and instinctively stretches out his arm, but she's already falling. Shinichi is convinced she's dead. Devastated, he closes his eyes. But when he opens them, Satomi is hanging from his hand. At that exact moment, his arm stretches unnaturally long. Migi has returned. Even after saying goodbye, even after falling into deep sleep, Migi wakes up one last time to save Shinichi. Shinichi and Satomi are overwhelmed with relief. They smile through tears and thank Migi. And with that moment of hope, Parasite Part 2 comes to an end. A story that proves that even in a world full of monsters, humanity can still survive. If this story moved you, if it made you think, or if it stayed with you even after it ended, hit the like button, subscribe for more powerful movie stories like this, and share this video with someone who loves deep emotional sci-fi, because some stories don't just entertain, they change you. See you in the next one.